I am the professor of nanomaterials at the University of Oxford. Nanomaterials just means small stuff. So a typical experiment in the lab might be to take one molecule and connect two wires to it. You can't get much smaller stuff than one molecule. And to measure how electricity flows through the molecule, one electron at a time. Some of our experiments are at temperatures colder than anywhere in outer space. And we develop artificial intelligence for deciding what the next experiment should be and what to measure next. A few years ago, with the artist Roger Wagner, I wrote a book called The Penultimate Curiosity, in which we explain how science swims in the slipstream of ultimate questions. Because as we researched for the book, we found that where you have a culture or a community, or it could be an individual, interested in ultimate questions about truth and purpose and meaning and what is God like and how can God be known, time and again, that has proved conducive to the kind of curiosity about the material world that led to what we now call science. And Roger and I even made a film about the book, which you can stream from the Penultimate Curiosity website. In my next book, It Keeps Me Seeking, I describe how two Tabors have been very influential in my life. One is David Tabor. He was my professor for my Ph.D. He was a devout Jew, and from him, I learned much about how to apply the highest standards of rigor, both to my science and to thinking about spiritual issues. And the other Tabor is Mount Tabor in Israel, where as a student, I did a month's course on the geography and archaeology of Israel. And during that, we spent 2 nights staying at a monastery on the top of Mount Tabor. And in the day between, I sat and looked out over the valley of Megiddo, and it came to me with a fresh force that I had to bring together in my mind what I read in the pages of the Bible and the material land in which so many of the events took place. And really, that has influenced my whole thinking about the way that science is a God-given resource for the life of faith, enabling us to respond to the mandate to engage with the created world. And at the same time, faith has much to say to science and to the technologies that arise from it in order to ensure that they really are used to make the world a better place and to promote human flourishing.